Hey everybody, welcome to Total Strength. My name is Maureen. Total Strength is a full body strength workout from toe to head where we use a variety of weights. I have today 3 sets of weights. I have heavy, medium, and light for me, and a mat, and of course some water. Use whatever you have in your home for the weights. I will talk about maybe switching up weights if you need to, if you only have limited number of weights or limited size weights. We are going to get started right away with the music and I'll warm up. All right, let's just get that body moving with a little march. Then right away, adding some knees up. So alternating knees up and alternating arms. Lifting up through the shoulders, loosening up the hips, loosening up the shoulders. All right, if you do not have a ton of weights at home or a variety of weights at home, what I want you to do is if we are doing work that requires a larger weight but you don't have that, then what you're going to do is focus more on the contraction and the execution. If you have smaller weights and we're doing something that requires a bigger weight, you're going to make it a little bit of a more intense move. All right, let's tap the toes out to the side and rotate side to side. Loosening up the hips and the waist. Tap your toe every time you turn. Add your arms up here, shoulders down away from the ears. All right, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, come to the center. Toes are out. We're going to do some plies. Bring it down and up. So loosening up the hips. Butt goes straight down. Knees go out to the sides. Breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Arms are up and overhead. All right, a few more. Last one right here. Reach it up, overhead, and tap the toes. One more thing. Please make sure that you have either a mat that you can fold over or a towel. We are going to be doing some work where we go down on our knees, and I want you to protect your knees. Bring your arms in front. Change that to a reach across. And when we get to it, I will talk about it more. All right, couple more. March it out. Take a big breath in and release. All right, let's do a little bit of waking up the ankles, so hopping side to side, adding those running arms. 4, 3, 2, back to your march right here. Change that march to a pumping foot. So we're really trying to wake up the ankles so we get that full mobility all the way through the legs. All right, pause right here. We're going to just take our hip and circle it out. You can tap right there. You can make it balance challenge if you want, but you don't have to. We're really just focusing on loosening up the hip and then reverse. Couple more. And other side, open up the hip. Couple more. And then reverse. This is a good chance too to check in with your core, engage those abdominal muscles. Last one right there. Just shake everything out. Bring it out wide. We're going to open the chest, heart to the sky, and flex at the back. Come forward. We're going to roll through the wrists and reverse. Knees are soft. We're going to take a big breath in and stretch out through the sides of the body. We're going to go right into some squats right here. Bring your feet in a little narrow. If you can, touch the feet together. If you start losing stability, then step out a little wider, but we're starting with a narrow squat. Bring the shoulders up, back, and down. Initiate at the hips. Reach your butt back, squeeze your glutes as you come in. Down 2 and lift 2. So narrow squat. Here's one more thing to think about as you're coming up. Squeeze the inner legs right there. And press your arms back. All right, drop it down and pulse it. Keeping that narrow position. Check out your toes. Make sure when you look down that you can see them. All right, step it out wide and squat here. So hopefully you were able to engage the inner thighs. All right, we're gonna do a pulse, then like we're gonna get the spring dialed up. So we're gonna pulse and then push up. Looks like this, pulse, 2, 3, push, down, pulse, 2, 3, push, down. So just really dialing it up and then pop it up, 3, 2, 1, push, down. So letting those quads burn. Couple more, 2, 3, up, down. Last one, up, down. Single it out. Go down, lift, down, and lift. Every time you're lifting up, squeeze at the glute. Blow your air out right there. All right, couple more. Last one, shake it out. First set of biceps. Grab the heaviest weights that you have, with keeping in mind though that you're doing good form all the way through. Let's set up this positioning. Feet are out a little bit past the hips. Toes are bent, knees are forward. Bring the shoulders up, back and down. Soft knees. Hammerhead curl alternating to start. Just check in and watching that you're not swinging. The thing with the alternating is that it's easier to just start swinging the arms. Let's do a couple more sets. Alternating that hammerhead curl. All right, let's bring it together. Right there, as you come up, contract the bicep, whether you have weights or no weights, whatever size they are, contracting. And if you are at the bigger end of the size, then you're gonna have to also control that swing. A couple more. Last one, bring it up, bring it down. Either you, depending on the size of your weights, you may set down one weight. I'm gonna set down one weight and bring my weight up overhead for a quick set of triceps. So opposing muscles. Set up wide stance, bring the shoulders down, keep those elbows in front, and push up. Right there. Here's something to think about. One of the things that I see in person is a lot of times people look down as they're doing this tricep push. Try to look straight ahead and keep the shoulders away from the ears. All right, let's add some pulses right here. Pulse, 2, 3, bring it down, bring it up. Pulse, 2, 3, down, lift. Pulse, 2, 3, down, lift. The whole time, elbows stay forward. Pulse, 2, 3, down, lift. Pulse, 2, 3, one more. Add that pulse, bring it down, lift it up, bring it forward. And let's set that weight down. Grab some water. We're moving back to the lower body. Some alternating squats with movement, so the heart rate will go up a little bit. We're gonna step it out, go into a squat, and come back in. Here's the thing, just like with that spring action with the quads before, have a little spring action so that you can get the heart rate up, get a little bit more bang for your buck. So you're gonna come down, lift, add that little pop up in the center, coming in side to side. All right, you want a little more, add arms overhead. And if you want a little more, you can add small, but only small, hand weights. So I'm gonna add those small hand weights. So you decide. I'm gonna wait a moment. You can do it with or without weights. We're doing this lateral pop-up right there. Heart rate is gonna get up there because we got our hands going up overhead, got our large muscle groups working. Let's go. Come down, lift, down, lift. And you're blowing your air out every time right here. So getting that butt going back, making sure your knees are not going past the toes, going into a squat. So this is not technically cardio work, but your heart rate is definitely gonna get up there. All right, a few more here. I know mine is anyway. All right, last set right here. And bring it in. Step out wide, hold the arms up, come down, push up. So opening up at the chest, driving elbows back toward the back pocket, and up. Draw down, up. Every time you pull down, blow your air out. All right, we're gonna change this up just a little bit. Bring the arms down, open the palms out to the sides, and lift in. So just with light weights, hitting a little more bicep. And blow your air out. All right, since we have lighter weights, we gotta add a little bit of challenge. Come to the center and pulse. 2, 3, bring it down, come back up. 2, 3, back down, pulse. 2, 3, bring it down, pulse. 2, 3, again. So each time you come up, add that 3 pulse, getting a little time under tension. Last one right here, and bring those weights down. Step 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Drop down just a little bit, hinge forward, weights come to the hips. Elbows are back. Find that spot you can look at on the floor that's down and slightly ahead, then push back right here. Here's what I want you to watch out for. Don't let those weights swing forward. Resist. Resist it going forward, right there. Shoulders away from the ears. All right, let's add some pulses right there. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, push it out. So one more set. Push right there. 4 more. 3, 2, last set. Right there, bring it in and roll the shoulders. All right, we are back to lower body. Grab one heavy weight, and we're gonna go into a wide, low, slow squat. All right, so step it out, nice and wide. Toes are a little bit angled out. They're not at that full plie position, but also not straight forward. As soon as you turn your toes out like this, your inner thighs and the lower part of your booty has to kick in to get this movement in. We are gonna bring this big weight in front. We're gonna come down nice and low and come up, little bicep squeeze right there. It's down, 2, lift up, 2, down, 2, lift up, 2. So starting out really slow and controlled. As you're coming up, squeeze the inner legs right there. Blow your air out. All right, we're gonna drop it down. Hold it here, lift one heel up as we pulse right here. You can add that pulsing bicep, or you can just hold this in the center, adding just a little bit of weight. Squeeze as you lift, you're squeezing the inner leg. 4, 3, 2, 1, drop that heel, come down and lift. Down 2, lift up, down 2, lift. Couple more, and then we gotta hit that other leg, last one. Bring that weight to the center, or you can do that pulse. Drop it down, lift your heel up, and pulse. Every time you're lifting up, think about squeezing the inner leg. So you can be right here, or you can add a little pulse. And you are breathing out. All right, let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that heel. Let's set that weight down and grab some water. We got some single leg work to do. So grab your water, and we're gonna do a single leg squat, but I'm gonna it's not a pistol squat, because you don't wanna see me try doing that. And I'm gonna have an optional weight. I'm gonna go with my medium weight, and here's how we're gonna do this single leg squat. You have one leg that's gonna be your currently working leg, right here. Other leg, you're gonna have your toe on the floor. So right there, you're a little bit off balance. You're gonna reach your butt behind. You have this weight on the same side that the toe is on the floor. Reach your butt back, keeping your weight into this leg. As you come up, bring your knee up and overhead press. So down 2, up 2. So bringing all of that work on the legs into this side. So preparing to at some point be ready to do a single leg squat. And you can actually, if you want a little more, come down and then lift up. So you can come down and lift up. So find that right one for you. We're gonna practice on the other side. So switch it out. Again, heart rate is gonna go up with this because we got that overhead and large muscle working. So you're shifting your weight into this standing leg. Toe is right here. You come down into that squat and lift up. This is just practice, and then we're gonna do a set, and then here is the alternate. You can come down and reach this leg behind and come up. So that just adds a little more challenge. All right, let's come back to the beginning. We're gonna do a set of 8 on each side. So find that right position for you. Come down, arm up overhead, shoulder press. That was 2, so we're a quarter of the way there. 4 more. Actually, I think I could be wrong. Got 1 extra, just to be sure. And here's our 1 extra. Change it other side. So all that work comes into this leg right here. Toe is on the floor. Come down, reach your butt behind, and lift up. Down, lift. So keeping your weight right in here, that toe is just for stability. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Here comes that last one. Right there. Oh, shake it out. Set that weight down. And we are going to grab some water. And we're going to come into a reverse lunge with a shoulder raise. Let me show you the move. We're going to step back 1 leg. As we're stepping back, we're lifting just right up to the shoulders. Step back in and lift. So I'm showing you that so that you can select the right weight. You can have no weight. You're going to decide. But what will happen once you add weights and you're lifting as you're lunging backward is your core is going to have to really engage. All right, let's go. So we're just going to do a quick set. Last thing to think about. Well, there's so much to think about. You are going to have that front knee over the ankle. You're going to have that back knee being the driver down toward the floor. All right, here is one more thing to think about. Engage the core and support the lower back, or I should say, engage the front abdominal muscles. All right, last time on this side. And shake it out. All right, here's the part where we're gonna come down to the knees. I'm gonna use my medium weight. You can use no weights. You can use the heaviest weight you have. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna come down to our knees, 1 at a time. We're gonna have this weight right here in the center to help give us a little more challenge. So if you have a hard floor, you can use a towel that you roll up. You can take a mat and fold it in 2, but get something to protect your knees. We're gonna alternate knees coming down to the floor and stepping up. So I'm going to grab my weight, and you're going to come down. One knee comes down, the other knee comes down. That same knee that came down is going to step up, and then you come in. Now the other leg comes down, so you come down, down, step, up, up. So alternating legs. You can grab a weight and just add a little challenge. What I want you to think about is your head is pulled up by a string toward the ceiling. So using your own body to get really strong, coming up, up. And now that you see this, if this is not something that you want to do, if you're going down and up, stay going down and up. Here's what you can do. If you do not want to do that down and up, still holding that weight here at the chest, you're going to come down and walk forward, stay low, and walk back. So anything you're doing, you're staying low and back. All right, we are going to do 30 seconds right here. So whatever you're doing, whether it is coming down to your knees or doing that low walk, we're going to do 30 seconds of it. Alternating which leg is the one going back. All right, we have crossed that halfway mark. Coming down to 5 seconds left. Can you get one more each side? I'm going to try. Here we go. Last one. And bring it up. Heart rate probably went up a little bit for that too. Let's set the weight down. I'm going to move my mat so clear a little space to start. We got our flies. All right, so grab light to medium probably. Let's talk about the fly. So what I see in person a lot is when we start doing the fly, which is hinged over, and you're working all back in here as you lift. A lot of times I see people not doing that hinge and staying up here and still lifting. That's fine. The only thing is that now if you're upright, you're working right here at your deltoid. And the fly, you want to be down and squeezing a pencil at your spine. All right. So knowing that we're doing the fly, select your weights, and you want a weight that is going to be challenging, but that you can have good form all the way through. I'm going to do this with 1 foot forward, 1 foot back to support my lower back. Hinge forward, arms are down, flat back. Here we go. Fly it out, squeezing pencil to the spine. Find that spot that you can look at that's on the floor and slightly ahead. All right, we're going to do a few of these. Stay right here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down here. Come down, tap, down, and tap. So we're going to bring in a little bit of leg. Down, tap, bring those arms down, and lift. Down, lift. Working. Now we're at the upper shoulder. 4, 3, and do you feel your booty? I do. Last one right here. So that also gets a little work in the glute right there. All right, other side. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, second set of flies. Shake everything out. Switch it up. Hinge forward, arms are down, and just fly it out. Squeezing that pencil to the spine. Here we do not have momentum. Squeeze. Here you have momentum. Right now, no momentum. All right, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Then bring your arms, hold them here. Step it in, out, in, and out. Get ready, adding that fly. As we come in, we fly. So now what you're doing is you're bringing that work up in here. All right, let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring it in, set it down, And take your arms, bring them forward. Stack your hands and push out, chin to the chest. Bring the arms up and around. And just rotate through the hips. We did a lot with the hips. All right, we are going to come down to our mat for a little bit. And we're going to do a little bit more tricep. We're going to come into a reverse tabletop position. So feet are on the floor, or a crab walk, however you want to look at it. We're going to bring our palms to the floor, fingers facing forward, push down through the heels and lift it up. Bring one foot up, pulse right here. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot down, shake it out, bring it up again, push up. So you're pushing through the palms of the hands, other leg comes out, and pulse it right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it up. So the other thing besides the triceps that you should have felt was your hamstring as you're pushing through the heels. All right, we are going to do some more work down here on the floor. We're going to do some triangle push-ups with our butt up in the air to a downward dog. So kind of downward dog, push-up. Fingers will be here as you are down right here. So making a triangle with your fingers and then lifting up, holding up high and down, down. So you're kind of in a downward dog. Your butt is up, down, right here. More tricep, more shoulder. All right, let's do 4, 3, 2, and last one, drop down. And let's release the triceps. Bring both elbows straight forward. Give yourself a pat on the back. And release. This time we're gonna do a push-up, downward dog, into a plank. So let's set it up. You're on your toes or on your knees. But remember, we're doing one push-up. If you are on your knees, make sure that you're not right on your knees, but you're in the front of your knees. You can be up on your toes. You can be on both feet. So you're going to do one push-up, come to downward dog, and hold it into a plank. If you're on your knees, it's one push-up, come up to downward dog, come back to a plank, and hold. Again, push-up, downward dog, plank, and hold. 4 more. Push-up, hold, come to downward dog, back to plank, and hold. Again, push-up, downward dog, plank, and hold. 2 more times. You can be on your knees and then come up to your toes for that downward dog, then hold the plank. Again, push up, downward dog, hold the plank, and release. All right, let's open the chest and release. Roll through the wrists. All right, we are going to do a little bit more, 2 more standing things. So let's bring it on up. And this time we are going to grab the heaviest weight that you have. Preferably, we're going to work on shoulder mobility, doing a move that a lot of times is done with kettlebell. You don't have to do it with a kettlebell though. And it's mostly about shoulder mobility, and I'll show you what it is. It's called Around the World. So grab your heavy weight and make sure it's really secure. And you're going to go around your head, come back to the front, and come the other way. I'm going to come back around and pause. So where that work is coming from, besides that your core needs to be engaged, your shoulders are down, but that movement is coming from shoulder mobility. So bring your hands to your weight. You can actually do this without weights if you want to, or lower weights, but having that higher weight just gets a little bit more movement through the shoulder joint. All right, soft knees. You're going to come up and around the head, come to the center, come up. So you're going to have to know where everything is in space. What I want you to think about is you're coming up and around. Your shoulders still stay down. They're not scrunching up toward your ears. And then as you come behind, when that when that weight comes behind your head, you are not arching the back to get that movement. So it's a lot of mobility in the shoulders. All right, let's do one more the other side, right here. And release, set that weight down. We got just a little bit more leg to do. We're gonna come into one more set of squats, but it's gonna be a little challenging, or a little more challenging than just simple squats. We're gonna come to medium stance position. Feet are out, past the hips, toes are forward, shoulders up, back, and down. Drop it down. We're gonna just start with a regular squat right here. Then we're gonna do our pulses. Pulse right here, stay down low, flat back. Find that spot that you can look at that's down and slightly ahead. Engage your core. Pulse. All right, now that those quads are getting tired, we're gonna bring it up right here. Do 3, 2, 1, up, bring it back down. 3, 2, 1, up, down. 3, 2, 1, up, down. Few more, just like this. 3, 2, 1, up, down. Breathing every time you lift up. Last one. Then when you come down, stay down right here. Step it in and out one side. Everything burning out on this side right there. Bring it in and out. Trying not to fully shift your weight over. The weight stays in this leg. You're just tapping it out. Because now we're going to speed it up. Tap it in, stay low. You really burn out this leg right here. And add running arms. Oh, I feel that burn. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. And stay low. We got to hit that other side. And come in and out. So you know what we did with that fast move? That means that you have to stay in this leg, so you're not shifting your weight. You're just moving as you're stepping out. Can you go lower? Let it burn. It's the last thing that we're doing with quads today. All right, let's speed it up. Right here. Add running arms if you like. All right, we got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh, shake it out. Let's right away release our quads. Take one hand, bring your hand to your shoelaces, and whoops, stretch out the quad, stretch out the hip flexor, and release other side. Blowing your air out. Standing for a few moments while we let the heart rate go down before we hit the floor. And let's shake it out. All right, we're gonna come down to the floor. If you feel like your heart rate is too high, stay up just a little bit longer. And we are gonna grab some water, and we're gonna start on our side and work on a little bit of hip work. So come all the way down to your side. Some people like to have their hand up here. I prefer to be all the way down, but here's the thing. This bottom leg is going to be bent and hips stacked one on top of the other. This outer leg is going to lift up and come back down. Hand on the floor and come back down. All right, that time under tension is coming. So we're gonna lift, 2, 3, bring it down again. Lift, 2, 3, and down. Lift, 2, 3, and down. 2 more. Lift, 2, 3, hold it up right there. Internally rotate and lift right there. So Your toes will be pointing down just a little bit, and that's coming from your hips rotating. Bring your hands back at the glute. Squeeze, squeeze. Couple more. Last one, right there. All right, we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna come into basically the beginning of a plank. That's a forearm plank. We're on our knees. All right, and come back, push back. This leg is gonna come up and down, up and down. Now flex the foot and pulse it right there. 3, 2, 1, bring it down. 3, 2, 1, down. Couple more right here. Last one, and bring it down. Come into child's pose. So I'm basically in a knee plank on my forearms for that. So it's a little different than going into that tabletop position. We're gonna flip everything around and come to the other side, working the hips again. All right, so again, you can be here, you can come all the way down, stack the hips. This bottom leg is straight, top leg, the foot is flexed, toes facing forward. Bring this front or this hand down to the front so that you can have a kickstand position. All right, we're gonna add those pulses. So pulse 2, 3, bring it down. Pulse 2, 3. So watch the lower leg, that lower foot isn't doing anything. That bottom leg is still, that top leg is working. Let's do one more. 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Internally rotate, so from the hip, rotate so that the toes face down. If you want to, you can bring your hand to the glute, but squeeze at the glute. It's gonna be a little bit harder because we've been working that side pretty hard. All right, let's do 4, 3, 2, last one, and bring it down, flip it over. We have that forearm knee plank, so engage the core, looking straight down, and we're gonna lift, squeeze the glute, lift, lower, pulse, 2, 3, bring it down, pulse, 2, 3, and down, 2 more, pulse, 2, 3, one more time, pulse, 2, 3, bring it down, and come into child's pose. Just take a little bit of a break, blow your air out, and right away go into a full plank. You can be up on your toes, or you can be on your knees. We're gonna start here. If you are on your toes, bring yourself into a wide stance, because we're gonna bring one knee down and come up, then the other side. Other knee down and come up. So crossing in front, bringing that hip in, come to the other side. If you are on your knees, it's the same thing though, without the knee coming down because it's already down. And you're gonna rock side to side. All right, let's set everything up, making sure that your hands are kind of back behind the shoulders. And let's go. Feeling a little bit of stretch and work through the hips and work through the obliques. A little bit of push-up going on. All right, coming up to our last set right here. Last one, and release. Let's bring it back. Blow your air out. And release. We are gonna roll our feet, our toes underneath, and push back so that your heels are hovering over the floor. Your back is rounded, hands are on the floor. Take a breath in through the nose, and as you breathe out, push through the hands, lifting up, and then drop the heels down. Your knees can be bent. Right now, hands are in contact with the floor. And then straighten up. If as you straighten up, your hands come up, that's just fine. We're going to walk the hands up the front of the body as we unroll and unfurl the spine, rolling all the way up and back to the center and release. All right, let's stretch out the inner legs, starting stepping out wide and just hinging side to side. Breathing in through the nose and blowing out through the mouth. All right, one more this side, and we're going to stay on this side. Hold right here. Bring your hand down toward the foot and other hand down. Bring both hands toward the floor. Come to the center. You're still in that side lunge position. Unbend this leg and come straight. If to touch the floor, you need to have your knees bent, that's okay. And just hold right here. Lower down a little bit if you can. Stretching out that lower back. And release. We're going to hinge over to the other side. Walk the hands over to that other foot and hold. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Walk your hands back to the center. Keeping this knee bent. Once your hands are at the center, then you can straighten up that leg. Hands are down on the floor. Knees are either bent or straight. Bring your head down just a little bit lower, stretching out the lower back. And then come up, unfurl, and come up nice and tall, nice and slow, letting that blood settle in. And then we're going to walk the feet in. Back to the center, feet are out past the hips. Take a big breath in and stretch up overhead, stretching out the sides of the body. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Push up, bring your arms all the way behind, opening up the chest. So clasping the hands behind, shoulders down, away from the ears, and open up the chest. So you can have the chest come out, but try not to arch the back. And release. Bring the arms in front, stack the hands, bring the chin to the chest, and open the upper back. And release. Open up, palms facing up, pushing your thumbs behind, and come back in. So just opening up the chest a little bit. Open, come in one more. Open, stay open. And then with the palms facing up, bring your arms down. We're going to bring one arm across, roll through the wrist, and reverse. Other arm comes across, shoulder down, and roll through the wrist, and reverse. All right, bring the legs together, hands to the hips, and roll through the hips, getting that movement through the hip joint, and reverse. And bring both feet together. Let's roll through the ankles. Lie down and roll the knees, letting the ankles rotate in their sockets and reverse. And then come up, back up, stepping out wide. Let's take a big breath in and blow out. Nod your head yes. Bringing your head and neck back to the center, nod no. Bring your head back to the center, one ear to one shoulder. Taking this arm and just setting it out to the side. Keeping the shoulder down, feeling that stretch through the bottom of the hairline to the edge of the shoulder. If you want a little more, you can bring that arm behind, fingertips over at the side right here. And release, drop the chin down to the chest and bring it up other ear to other shoulder. Reach the arm out. Again, if you want more, reaching around the back of the waist, feeling that lengthening, all in here. And release. Roll down to the center, chin to the chest, and roll back up. Let's bring good energy in. And push out. Again, good energy in. Let's bring the hands together at the top. Open the chest and always thank our bodies for what they've done for us today. Thank you for working out with me. My name is Maureen. This has been Total Strength. I hope you have a great rest of your day.